How's it going, guys? So, anybody working for Deliveroo probably received this email, and I just wanted to make a quick video just to talk about this in a little bit more depth. So, basically, this is actually funded by Google, believe it or not. Not Deliveroo, not Open Classrooms. It's funded by Google.org, and Google.org is the charitable arm of Google. And I don't know the exact reasons for it, but basically, there's a £1 million or a certain amount of money which has been set aside to improve the future of gig economy workers. So Google obviously has contacted this Open Classrooms or vice versa and said, we want to do this with this money, and Open Classrooms facilitates that. And they're offering 100 places. It's actually not just for Deliveroo, it's for any gig economy worker in the UK. And as it says below, there's actually 100 places available for the UK, but I'm guessing this is going to be international, hence why there's only 100 places for the UK. So as we can see here, oh, a little bit too fast there, Craig. Got a bit of a twitchy mouse. I don't know where they got this figure from. Perhaps that's what Open Classrooms normally charges, but the course is 14 hours per week that you have to be able to allocate to Open Classrooms. You have your own personal mentor. You obviously need a computer of some description and an internet connection. So this course is worth £3,600, so it says. It's a 12-month course. From the reading that I did, from following the links that were sent to me by Open Classrooms, because they actually contacted me separately, asking me to advertise this. So yeah, basically it's all online. You have a mentor. There's 100 places, and if you are interested, you need to apply by the 15th of February. However, there are a couple of minor, I wouldn't say issues, probably more setbacks. Well, let's just say what it is first. It's for iOS developers, and I believe there's also a front-end developers and back-end developers. So there's 3 separate courses or directions that you can take with this to improve your future, basically. And I even seem to remember, by following the link, you'll probably read this yourself. I remember reading that there's a guaranteed job at the end of it, and it does give rough employment, realistic figures that you can hope to achieve. I think there was one which was about, I think the iOS developers was about 35,000 a year, but don't quote me on that. Interestingly, though, in my research, I also found out that Deliveroo offer some. This is nothing to do with Google, but Deliveroo actually offers some kind of open classroom courses, which is interesting, but a subject for a different video. Now, the minor, what shall we call this? Qualification criteria is. And this shouldn't put people off, because I'm sure that everybody pays their tax and is registered as self-employed, but that is one of the requirements. You must be registered with HMRC as being self-employed to qualify for one of these places. The second well, I don't know if I'd call it a hiccup or a setback. One of the reasons why I shied away from this is because in doing the reading, it sounded very much like the first contact I had with this person. It made it sound very easy to apply to do this, but actually, in doing my research, it sounded like basically they were saying, tell us why you deserve one of these places, which I suppose is, what's the word? I suppose they can do that. They should do that. You need to be able to prove that you deserve one of these places that Google is paying for. So yeah, I mean, I can't really criticize them too much, but yes, uh, being registered with HMRC, and then it felt very much like you were applying for a job, and I seem to remember them asking for your CV and cover letter, and that's not necessarily. I don't think you're going to be judged in the same way that a recruitment panel would judge you. Like, they aren't necessarily going to say, "Oh, this person doesn't have experience, so don't even consider them." I don't think they're going to be judging you on the same criteria. I think your cover letter is just going to have to make them see that you deserve the place, that you would be hardworking, and you would see the course out. I'm not entirely sure the relevance of the CV, but I wouldn't be worried about it too much. If it was something that I was remotely interested in, I would definitely pursue it. But with my travel plans over the next 12 months, it wouldn't be a viable option. But I must say that development, being a developer of some description, has always appealed to me, although I've always been more interested in web design than, although that is coding, than what this sounds like it's for. But all learning is good learning, so I thoroughly recommend people actually try it. And if anybody does try it, it would be very interesting to know what they make of it. So it's good that Deliveroo has emailed out to all of the people, all of the us. Although I suppose it just makes Deliveroo look good as well, so I can understand why they did it. So yeah, it would be interesting if anybody decides to go through with this. And if you haven't got this email because you don't work for Deliveroo, let's say you work for Uber or Just Eats and you want the links, then either I'll put them in the description or just ask for them and I'll give you a link to apply, because I'm 99.9% sure that it is open to the gig economy as opposed to Deliveroo workers. So yeah, hopefully this video helps somebody. But it's an interesting prospect for sure.